I'm told that the camera is on.
I heard that as well.
Welcome to the CCO Pre-Show for episode 445.
445?
That's it.
Holy shit.
We're here. We're in the damn basement.
I maintain. Why? It's not even hot out anymore.
And we're brought to you by the wonderful patrons at patreon.com/CCO Podcast.
Whether they like it or not.
I think they do. They're liking the longer pre-shows. They're liking the audio versions for the people who don't do work when they're at work and get to listen to podcasts.
Well, I mean, technically that's me.
I suppose,
And I listen to work for a living. And I listen to other stuff sometimes.
You do, yeah, that's a thing. Do you like the new... I'm not even going to ask you. We have last week's winner for the Booster Pack game.
Do we?
We're going to play the new Booster Pack game.
Who is it?
As in, like, this week's. Okay, last week's winner for guessing Jund. Remember we were trying to make people guess the Jund deck?
Yeah. How did they... Usually I check, but I forgot. I didn't have time this week to check. So did we do good? How did they do? I had confidence in our people.
The majority of the answers were Jund.
Yeah.
There was a Cobblade. There was a couple Super Friends guesses.
I like because Cobblade was the one that came right before Jund, or was it right after?
Right after. Yeah,
Cobblade was right after Jund.
Right after. So people were in the right era of Magic.
Yes,
I think Keel guessed Bloodbraid into Blightning. Which is Jund, but he didn't name it, so he didn't get entered.
Oh, Keel, you were so close.
I know, what a loser.
You were so close.
So, Jund Guesser at Tevish4922.
What?
So, Mr. 4922, get at us, commandercookout@gmail.com, and let us know if you want a CCO sticker pack, a CCO token pack, or a crummy old... That is a crummy old pack of Magic cards. I do have some, and I will send you those prizes, whichever you choose.
And let's see if this works. Keeping in mind that it could be an Assassin's Creed booster.
Ooh.
And you want to know more about those, you can check out the BBO that just got released like 10 minutes ago as we're recording. So check that out. It's a departure from the regular BBO experience.
Yeah.
It was a little different for me this time.
So famously, when Brando opens boxes, he gets pounded. Every time. It's so terrible. Now, answer me this. Was the box that you opened your personal box?
It was.
Oh, so you get to keep all those cards?
I do. They are mine. They are mine. I had actually somebody set up who was willing to donate theirs to the cause.
Yep.
But it just so happened that the store got one in, and the owner called me and said, "Hey, do you want this box? I know you usually open one. You haven't pre-ordered yet." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
Yep.
I got some store credit. Let's do it. And here we are.
Boom. Yeah.
I did okay.
And the funny thing is, it was. I think it's the funniest one because you'd double down on the gimmick or the joke. It's funny. Just go watch it. Brando's box opening, and you're like, "Am I gonna get this? Am I gonna get this? Am I gonna get this?" And you got all the cards. you called everyone, so it was a lot of fun. But I had some questions to ask you.
Ooh,
I have some actual.
That's messed up.
Field reporting? No. What is it when an investigative journalistic questions to ask you?
On the scene.
Yeah, Uncle Brando on the scene. Beep, 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 beep.
This is Tony Pope, live with Hardcore. There's so many bodies. Spines torn from the cadavers. And just around the corner in the alley behind me, King Willie, the drug lord, the vicious drug lord, found with his head cut off and his spinal column torn from the body. A fitting demise for the Prince of Powder. You'll get an entry into the booster pack game if you can name what movie that's from. That was a long movie quote. And there's people out there that know. They freaking know.
That's how you get entered in.
I'll bet you've seen that movie. And I bet you Gary's seen that movie. Everybody knows that one.
Is it Predator 2?
I'm not going to tell you. That would give it away.
The spines ripped from the body is the only reference that I get. Oh, man. Okay. The Prince of Powder and what did you... Tony Poop? Who?
Tony Pope, King Willie, spines ripped from the bodies.
Okay. Well, if you get it, that's how you get entered.
And remember, he's live and hardcore, so who knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and don't accidentally Google the wrong thing.
No.
I think I downloaded the wrong Star Wars movie.
Yeah, if you were to ever download or like Google Pope hardcore, you're probably going to find something that you don't want to see. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I kind of do want to see that, though.
No, you don't.
I want to see somebody get the miter.
Did you see that picture where the wind is hitting him and his collar like is sticking up like this poison spitting dinosaur from Jurassic Park? And it says, when threatened, the Pope can spit poison up to 15 meters or something.
Yes. Yeah, man. The Pope.
Man. The internet is so clever. I love that shit.
Oh, man. The internet's a good place to be.
I love when we use it for its powers for good. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
And good meaning making people smile.
Good
while
meaning
making fun
not
of the Pope. Yeah. While Bert just dunking on the Pope.
Yeah. You think the Pope can ball?
No.
Can you imagine the Pope just breaking ankles on the court? Slamming over top kids, whirlwind between the leg dunk, like on Sidewalk Slam 4. Oh, such a funny end to a game. Go watch it.
Yes, it's very good.
My investigative journalism.
Oh, yeah, right.
How has, and I want to talk about this a little bit on the show too, because this question has a little bit to do with tomorrow's Commander, which we're also going to hint at.
Okay.
In the last little while, let's say Assassin's Creed, Modern Horizons 3, what was the set before that?
Don't even remember.
Shit.
Wait. Thunder Junction?
Thunder Junction,
Cowboy
yes.
hat. Yep.
That's
the
Thunder
one.
Junction. Have you noticed any meta shifts? Have you seen those sets move the needle at all? Have you seen sets with commanders from those sets?
Yes. Locally, I have seen an uptick in Eldrazi decks, as I expected.
Yeah, okay.
I have seen 3 energy decks and 2 of the Goyf deck that we did like last week.
Yes.
It's like essentially the same deck that we talked about on the show. There's a couple of them that are played locally. Past that, not really. You don't
that's
even
like all of them, isn't it?
Well, you don't see very many Thunder Junction, even the cards. Like, at least, again, this is just speaking locally from the ground and like decks that we see coming in. Not a lot, unless they're like the reprints. You'll see the Reanimate breaking news one because it's cheap, right? You'll see those coming in. Past that, not really. And again, locally, the Assassin's Creed set barely seemed to make a dent. Honestly, a few people bought packs because before EDH every week we all go out and buy packs and we all get dunked on and it's terrible. But only one guy was actually actively looking for a card to play. There was no new commanders that came out. No interest in doing the Assassin's Creed deck. And at least, again, the people I talked to. So the glut of new products, with the exception of like the super ultra targeted deck like the Eldrazi, I feel haven't actually made a ton of impact, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Got a couple things. You guys, when you buy your dang old booster packs, should open them at the Coachman licensed beverage room after EDH&M so I can be there. Because you're always there before me. You open up all your packs. I miss it all. It's my favorite thing is watching people open packs. But what real life.
But what are we going to do with the chaff then? Because we leave the chaff for like the people that are new so they can take it. There's like the big stack. It's like this big of commons and uncommons and bulk rares and tokens and basic lands. And it actually happened. We had it in the middle of the pod last week. And Roland like goes to grab something and he tips the pile over and I go, oh! Idiot! Because once you knock the pile over, you have to take the whole pile.
Yeah, the rule is with the draft chaff and stuff, if you're the last one to touch it, you have to take it.
Yep.
Because we don't want to throw it in the garbage at the LGS, right?
No,
like, that's not the right thing to do.
There's always somebody that's going to take that stuff, right?
Always somebody wants it. If they're working on a set, or if they're new, or if they need, like, the lands that are in it, or there's a foil common that they play in their jank deck or something. Like, somebody always wants the stuff.
Yeah, I've seen people who take the chaff and like the next week I'll see the foils from it in their trade binder. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I sometimes pick it up and look through it to see if there's like any commons or uncommons that I want to paint.
and you don't take it home?
No, but then I trick somebody else to touch it. I know what the rule is. I know what the rule is. So you haven't noticed a big dent. We knew that there would be Eldrazi.
Yes.
We knew that there would be Eldrazi. And the last time I played with our local friend group, it was FU Alex, Big Ben, and Thomas.
Right.
And both Ben and Alex were both playing Eldrazi decks.
Yep. They both have Eldrazi. Yes.
Yep. Then
I think Ben also plays the Cactus, the Naya
He does,
Precon
yep.
from Thunder Junction.
Yep.
There's one Thunder Junction deck. There's one.
He does. And Alex actually has 2 Eldrazi decks now. He's got the Precon that he didn't modify, and then he's got like an actual Eldrazi one that he built.
That's with Kozilek.
I have no idea, Lek. Last time at EDH&M a couple days ago, I sat down with a gentleman I've never played with before, and he was testing and tuning Disa that we did last week. It might have been the same guy that you played against. He's like, this deck exists like at pretty much the highest power level that I could conceive to make it without calling it a CEDH deck.
Okay.
And I said, oh man, we gotta like watch out. I played a card that let me cast things from the top of other people's libraries.
Right.
And I was like, man, I don't think I should pick you because all your stuff is going to be like hyper specific, targeted like bounce or like removal. Nothing's going to be a haymaker, and anything that's in your deck to make you win is going to be specific to your strategy.
You ever played Jund?
Well,
we just talked about it for like an hour and 10 minutes.
and it wasn't
last
even
week.
like a Jund deck. It was a CEDH deck, nice CEDH deck. So I was like, okay, I'll play this game once. I attack him. I cast the top card of his library. He like exiled down till he hit an instant or sorcery. I can cast it for free. It was a frickin' fight spell. And my 1/4 that cast his thing fought his 1/2. And I'm like, oh, powerful magic, bud. It's like, sucked. And then I'm like, okay, I'll target this other guy. Attack him, exiles down, gets an instant or sorcery. Fight spell. It's like, what the fuck is happening? Different guy, same thing. I'm like, oh, I guess my 1/4 is gonna fight your freaking 1/2 again. Sucks. Man, worst game of Magic ever. Then I'm like, oh, I'll just play the One Ring and I'll get myself out of this. Immediately got attacked by every single player on the table till I died.
Wow.
I guess that's the power of the One Ring.
Well, I mean, everybody wants it.
Everybody wanted me to be dead because I had it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the same thing, right? Like in Flavor, they want to kill you so they can take it.
I suppose,
But,
yeah.
I mean, that's not how the card works.
Yeah.
That's Coveted Jewel you're thinking about there. Which we're going to be playing in this week's deck. Oh,
Oh,
shit!
there we go. Okay.
Oh, that was pretty good. But no, I haven't seen a huge impact. And I think, based on conversations that, again, we're hearing around the thing,
Yep.
we have a straight line down the middle of the people I've spoken to at the LGS. There's people who are pumped for Bloomborough, and we're going to see Bloomborough stuff from them.
Yep.
And there are people who don't give a shit, sans a few of the singles, who are looking forward to, what's the other set called? Duskmourn?
Yes.
Because they made the mistake, I would say, of spoiling Duskmourn following, like, at the same time as Bloomborough, so people know what's coming. And I think, based on some of the people that I talked to, they're saying, like, I was going to get into Bloomborough, but I'm going to save my money and buy Duskmourn instead.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot more, like, I like the aesthetic more, and I'll just know to pick up the singles that I want from Bloomborough, because I know that the next set is something that I'm really into.
Duskmourn, right? Duskmourn?
I'm sure that's what it is.
It's Dusk something. Duskborn? Does that sound right? Duskmourn.
I think
don't know.
Duskmourn is right.
It's like the horror theme
The
set, right?
80s, 90s horror theme set.
And
So cool.
they like did a micro preview of it, right? They were like, hey, check this out. This is like what some of the showcases are going to look like, and this is
the old 80s, like the with chung, 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 channel changing dial and shit is the frame, and it's like you can see so many classic horror movies. They've already done like The Exorcist and Carrie, and what was the other one? The one with the doll that's like new, not Annabelle, but the boy Brahms, whatever the fuck it is. Like they've done so many.
oh man, yeah,
Like-
people are going to love that.
Oh yeah,
eh?
they're hitting on lots of
People
cool
are
stuff.
going to love that, and yeah,
There's a card called Chainsaw,
yeah,
Right?
man,
Like-
I want a freaking chainsaw card.
and it's good.
Is it an equipment?
Yes,
Okay, good.
Yes, it is.
Good. We play some equipment in this deck.
we sure do.
And I got to give a hint. We talked a lot about I can't even say the set that it's from because it's going to give it away too much. Okay.
We talked lots about this guy.
On Sidewalk Slam, you have played this guy's colors 2 times. You've played, and both times you got blown out, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so this color combination, we released a short on this guy, and it got a lot of views. So you can look back in the CCO backlog of our shorts to see which one got the most views, and his name rhymes with something funny. That's got to be all the hints you get.
Yeah, I think that's pretty. People will be able to get that. A little bit of Google and a little bit of searching, you'll be able to find this one.
It plays some rituals that I think are criminally underplayed.
It plays a couple of cards actually and this is not a hint, but just something I'm excited about.
Okay.
That I didn't even realize existed, and I'm freaking pumped for them. And we'll talk about that tomorrow, but there's a couple of cards in here that I didn't know that card even existed.
What card are you talking about?
And I'm so happy they do, because I'm going to go out and get some from FusionGamingOnline.com.
Oh.
I'm going to use CCO promo code, wherever it is at this point when you're watching this episode, and I'm going to buy one, maybe 2.
CCO Summer coming up.
There we go.
We're right in the thick of sweaty butt crack season here in beautiful downtown Saskatoon. And the promo code's changing. I had to change the graphic for the TV. What card did you not know it existed? Don't say it. Point to it on the screen.
We have to
unless it's an artifact, and then
not. It's a card that
has a color.
That one. That's the one.
Oh,
didn't even know that existed.
Okay, well,
and it's freaking cool.
We'll
man.
talk
like
about it on
one.
tomorrow's show.
Yeah, I like that one.
I think that's all I had to ask you. I have a couple more follow-up questions.
Question.
Yeah, that's French for question for the Quebecois listeners. Once we get to tomorrow's episode and I can say what this card is and what set it's from and not give away the hints, I want to go back to kind of the shift in the meta that we might have seen from
a set.
This
that is
thing
recent.
that I'm talking about. Yeah. So we're going to save that till tomorrow. Episode 445.
Zounds.
Hit our theme song. Brr, 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 brr.